Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, depending on your YouTube. This is man always George Page, aka the Emperor of Female Body Talk, coming to you live on YouTube. Folks, can you believe we got one more day left of May? And it's just, I don't, yeah, it just seemed like what is going on? I mean, it seemed like it just started the new year, and then now it's not. We're almost halfway through this new year. So, folks. So anyway, folks, I have here is a lovely senora. She is an IFBB pro. She just competed just earlier this month at the New York Pro. We have the lovely senora Maria Monica Vega, and we're going to welcome her as a guest. And we're going to talk to her. Also talk about her experience at the New York Pro, and also what got us started in bodybuilding. So have a little fun. Maybe get to know what she's going to plan for the rest of the season. So anyway, madam, welcome to my show, and thank you for coming. And this is a question I like to ask all you ladies and who are in the sport. What got you started in bodybuilding? Please share.
Hello, George. Well, thank you. Thank you for having me on your show. I was very excited, looking forward to this day. Um, I know that's the question. That's a million questions, right? That I've been asked most of the time. And on my experience, uh, what got me into bodybuilding, it's really, I mean, everybody has different story. I'm gonna tell you guys mine. Um, yes, I was probably like about a few months that I went through my divorce, and I seen bodybuilding like very challenging at that time, and so that what gets me into. It was a big challenge for me, for myself. That I was getting out from something, and I took that as a challenge, like a personal goal. And since then, it's been 9 years since I started bodybuilding. I was already on the fitness industry before for a few years, but I was never competed. But the opportunity comes just right after a few months of my divorce. So and since then, I think I feel like I'm married with bodybuilding now. So that's how got me into competing and to know all the bodybuilding world.
Yeah, I've talked to some ladies that you're not the first lady who's getting through with divorce. Life is tough. Sometimes you got to wash that man out of your hair, and I think bodybuilding has been something that helped a lot of women who went through stuff. Like I know ladies who went through spousal abuse, went through some mental issues, sometimes even eating habits, or being overweight after they had the last child, or just it's a sport that really people may not understand it, but I think it has saved quite a few lives. And I can say about my mother and father were together for 50 years, even though my father lived in New Jersey, someplace else, and my mother was still here with us for at least for 25 years in North Carolina. And I think this, if anything, people when they just come together and maybe things don't work out, it's best to go ahead and go your separate ways. Oh, we have here a guest. We have a Jacqueline Trejo, and she says this. She says, "Hola, Sodoras Monica Vega." I'm my
Hola.
Spanish not that good. Yeah, thank you, Jacqueline. I appreciate you coming through.
Hola,
And
Jackie.
yeah, that's a friend of yours.
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you for coming through. It's good that you have friends, somebody come and support you. Now, when you first started, what was that feeling for yourself when you got on stage? Especially, you got to think about it. I know I did interview quite a few ladies who are from the Spanish community. Often say like the idea that bodybuilding is not very feminine. Because
Yes.
it's
I feel
yeah,
I
because
went
it's
through a
really
lot
yeah, because
to get
the Latin
accepted.
community.
In other words,
Yeah, because the Latin community is very mucho macho. So my Spanish is mucho poquito. So you got to work with me.
see, I actually, yes, I did have a lot of uh, misunderstanding on what I was doing at the well, now it's better, but at the beginning, and still, I do have a lot of comments and messages that like you're a man or woman, things like that. But when I started it, um, my family was like, "What are you doing?" What are you doing? Like, Now they accept it. They're very supportive, but it was very challenging, especially because I'm from a small town where I am I want to say the only professional bodybuilder around here. So, and especially a woman, it was more difficult to, get and understand what I was getting myself into it. My first competition I wasn't really prepared. uh, I did everything well. Yeah, I did a diet, everything, but I was not what to expect. I just went up there and put myself on that stage. Obviously, it was a disaster, um, but I did it. It was my first one, and I went to I picked a big show. I don't know what I was thinking, but I picked my first show was in Tahoe. Tahoe is one of the biggest shows around here in California. So that was a huge, beautiful, beautiful show. And that's where I started. That was where was my first competition as a woman's physique. I picked woman's physique, not even bikini or figure. I went through a straight woman's physique. And so I have fun. It was fun. Like I said, I just looked pretty. I wasn't sure what to expect or how am I supposed to be, flexing. I just did everything by myself, pretty much. So I put myself up there.
Well,
So,
you,
and
like I
the
said,
second one went to Sacramento, but it was fun since then.
yeah, you took a big risk because a lot of people they take like I know ladies who were like, okay, I've been training for like 3 or 4 years, and they finally made their competitive debut, and it's tough because especially like I said, you just went into physique. I know some ladies say, you know what, let me do bikini first, and then they go to figure, or then they go to physique, and then they finally go to women's bodybuilding. It's evolution of an athlete as you grow in the process in bodybuilding. Um, like I said, that was your first show in Tahoe. And what was that feeling like for you when you get off the stage and you were was your family there to support you when you did that first show?
Yes, yes, I did have some my sister and some friends they went with me to support me. Um, when I get off a stage, feel like I need a lot of work to do, a lot of to learn. I did not feel like I failed because, like I said, it was more like a personal for me to get on stage to do something that I never thought I was able to do. Um, it was, like I said, it was like an open eyes for me on what am I capable to do and how much I can push myself to develop a better me, a better physique, a better um, um, learn everything about posing routines and all the stuff like that. I feel great after. Happy that that I was over. But yeah, as a personal goal, I feel at that moment I feel like I have a long way to go, and I still feel like still have a long way to go because this sport is something you not master. You so have something always to learn and something you can bring better every time. But yeah, it was pretty challenging for me. But since that day, I fell in love with this sport. I feel like that was my passion. It was my passion there. Like I could not change anything to go from for what I went through just to be where I'm at right now. So I'm very grateful. Honestly, it has changed my whole life, not just physically but mentally. Mentally, I was one of those persons where um, I could not even. I live about 45 minutes north Sacramento, but I could not drive to Sacramento by myself. It was just not happening. And now I travel alone, like New York, Chicago, Tampa. Sometimes my friends will come with me, but I'm able to do things that like I said, like I never thought I could. And just because the love that I have, the passion that I have for this sport, for, being the stage, competing. And like I said, I just love the process of being in, getting ready for a stage and the process to be out stage and go over to the what the off season is gonna be, how it's gonna look, how am I gonna look after. Um, it is just a process that you have to in love with.
Mhm. Yeah, because it's a lot of work. Because you know what? People don't understand about bodybuilding. The mindset of the everyday person who are um, not in the sport, they see this. Mostly the one thing they always pick about steroids, about bodybuilders is steroids. But that's only like a small factor of the sport. You have to follow your diet. You have to be consistent. You have
Yes.
to take time to work out and train. And also genetics is a factor because sometimes if your body can just, some people can really just bam like that,
Yes.
but some people it
Uh,
takes a lot more time. Yeah, we got
yeah,
here,
I'm not the
my
lucky
man.
one.
Yeah,
I'm not
we
the
got a
lucky
man
one.
here, Tony 97. Shout out
I'm
to
sorry.
Tony. Says, yeah, this is one of I got like this is my comment section right here where I look in on my computer, so I see names they pop up and I pull them up. This is Tony right here, and Tony says, "Hello there, Maria. You look wonderful. Your shoulders and traps look huge. Did you train back today?" Yeah, guys. Right now, she's like the slinger arm thing. Her traps are out. She's popping. So, you know. I mean,
Thank
I
you.
just have, yeah. 'Cause like I said, guys like this. There is guys who find women like you very attractive because some people don't think that women with muscles can be appealing. Like this month, I do a thing called comparison videos where I talk about women in comparison and like that. And I did one dedicated to women who are mothers, and it's a lot of work to this sport. I know the sacrifice you have to make, the time you have to make, and like I said, in your training regimen, what's your least and favorite body part to train when you're working out?
My body part, well, all of them, but my favorite one is shoulders.
You can
Shoulders,
tell.
shoulders. That's my favorite day. I know most women is legs and glutes. For me, it's shoulders. Everything that's upper body.
Most bodybuilders they do not like legs, unless you're wellness, because that's the
Yeah.
division where yeah, you need legs. But most don't like. I have interviewed some ladies who say they like legs. I say you gotta be a freak because I don't know. You do leg day, you come out and say, "Oh my legs." You're like you just want to feel like your legs just you're taking one at a time just to walk out the door. It's tough.
Yes,
Here
it's
we got
tough.
here, yeah. Here we got here, my man. Tony saying Maria is super attractive indeed. She's the real life Wonder Woman. Hey, like I said, Maria, hey, when I get a
Oh,
new
thank
girl
you.
here, these guys get excited. They get excited when I get a new girl in here. Hey guys, calm down. Hey, calm down. So when did you
Thank you.
turn pro? 'Cause I see your pro card right there. What year did you turn pro?
Oh, my pro card.
Yeah.
I got my pro card on 21, 2021 on Arizona. I went to Arizona for the for nationals. So I got my pro card. I did competed on women's physique. I placed second at that time, and but I did my crossover to women's bodybuilding. So I'm talking about for what 21, but three years ago, where women's physique is still, they do not require a lot of muscle mass. You still have to have, like now it's different from what I see. So in that time, I would do my crossover to women's bodybuilding because I feel like I've been always wanted to, grow more, and I'm still in the process. So I did compete over there, and I did my I win the overall, and I got my pro card. So it was I mean, it was one of the greatest experience of my life. I think I still remember, and I can cry.
Yes, that's it. Because
And
I know a
it
lot.
was
I
so
know a lot of
funny
ladies.
because I did not know who gave me my card. I was so excited that I couldn't even see who was giving me the card. And then I down the stage, and one of the girls said, what do you feel? That Honorable Olympia gave you the card." And I was like, "What? Who was it?" I was so excited that I missed the whole thing. But it was one of the greatest days of my life, I can say.
Yeah, because like I say, it's like I've talked to some ladies who competed for like sometimes 10 to 20 years or more, and then they finally get their pro card. It's just all the work and time you put into it. Because, like I said again, this sport is it's physically, it's mentally, it's financially draining. And then that day when you get that announcement, hey, now you're an IFB pro. I mean, and it's just, it's
Yes,
just like, wow.
it takes a lot, it takes years work. It takes a lot of falls, because sometimes you, like I said, I was competing for at that time about almost 6 years, and that was always my goal. Like every bodybuilder, right, wants to be a pro. It did not happening. It was not happening. So I was like, I'm not gonna give up. I'm very persistent. But those persons that I'm very, very persistent. If I fall, I get up and try. If I fall, I get up and try. Like for me, it's not like, it did not happen. I'm just gonna stop. No, for me, I'm very persistent. I'm very persistent. I don't see the time. I just, I just live one day at a time. I know the progress. When you learn that everything is a progress, and you learn the patience, it will come. But sometimes we think, okay, we look good. Yes, you look good around, people, regular people at the gym, or but when you're on stage, when you get into other competitors, it's like, oh wait, what happened? I was looking good, and so everything, like I said, everything plays a role when you wanna become a pro. I never thought I would, like, how hard it was gonna be, and how hard it is to be a pro. Some I know a lot. Not a lot, but some competitors that they turn pro, and they have never ever competed again. And because it's super hard, as you become a pro, it is more. You have to be, on top of that, you have to be more disciplined. You have to be more like consistency 24/7, 365 days a year. It is a lot of, and you have to put in the work. Like, really, I've been changing so much, and I've been working with different coaches, and I've been learning so much in the last 2 years, and I'm still in the process to learning more. Um, it is a lot of work. It is a lot of work and a lot of investment. One thing that they um, competitors don't mention, maybe a lot, I'm not sure, is you have to invest a lot of money on this. You have to invest in yourself. You have to invest. Uh, I mean, a lot,
Yeah,
a lot.
yeah, because I think it takes more money for you ladies to compete compared to the men. I say this often. The guys, all they got to wear is a pair of banana hammocks and board shorts. Tanning, that's about it. Not much you can do with your hair. You can shave your head or you just go out on stage. But you ladies, it costs you your posing suits. That's right there. That's right there. That's a good chunk. Then you also got to think about the
The
cost of your
hair,
food, hair,
makeup,
makeup, jewelry. You get your nails done. I mean, there's so much to this. People keep forgetting that.
toes,
You know,
everything.
everything. I mean, you
It is
can't,
a
like I
whole
said,
package.
it was easier to just come out there looking barefaced, but you want that feminine look to you. You want to look very, very feminine, very appealing,
Yes,
because that's what they want. Women, especially in the bodybuilding division and even the physique division, they want them to be more, attractive. Here we got some
yes.
people come here. We got here my man Davis Adams. He says, "Hey everybody, thank you, Davis, for coming through." Also, we got here my man Lawrence Perkins. Lawrence, shout out to Lawrence. Says, "Good afternoon, beautiful Monica Vega, George, and everyone on the chat. Thank you, brother." Also, Tony has a question. He says, "Are you in bulk right now?" So you already competed a couple of weeks ago. That was New York Pro. And what did the judges tell you at that show?
Um, well, I'm still waiting for some another feedback, but the one that I just got, it's my conditioning. I had to get a better, and that's been for the last, I want to say last year was the same feedback. Well, this one was better. Last year, the feedback was my biceps. They they had to have a little more volume, so the peak has to be better. And conditioning, they like everything except the conditioning. And like, as a competitor, I see myself, and I knew I wasn't with the best conditioning, to be honest. Um, but I was already there, so I was not gonna step down. You know, I wake up that morning and I did not feel tired as I wanted to or I was supposed to be. But I was like, I'm just gonna do my best. But I already knew, especially my glutes. I can see they were full. You know, they want to see some lines, and overall my hamstrings, they did not have the line as they wanted to. So yeah, I would just say the main thing was my conditioning. And
Hmm.
I've been having issues with my left shoulder for now quite a bit, and I've been working on getting better, but still the imbalance is it's a little it's less than before, but still when I'm posing, there's still the weight shifts more to one side, so they see that too. I'm
Yeah.
still waiting for the rest of the judges to see what the um uh the feedback is. But yeah, that was one of the main ones, my conditioning. So,
Yeah. Because
and like I
I
said,
know,
as a
like,
competitor, I can see that. I can judge myself and I can see that it wasn't the best. It wasn't the best.
yeah,
It was the best
yeah,
package I have, you know, um been done or bring like before, but conditioning wise, yeah, I still have I had to work super hard just to get to where they want me to be.
yeah. Because I know you were, because there's only six of y'all, and you were six, and Gina Carvalho, who I interviewed a while back, she
Yeah.
wasn't. I mean, she looked great because she took a step back because there was some medical issues, and then you had Ashley Jones, who just came in like a beast. I mean,
Yes.
whoa! I was like when she was like, she posted this on her IG. If you saw it, and I remember when I saw it, all I could say is just, it was just wow. It was just her check-in. I said,
Yes.
damn,
I was
that's
like,
all I could say.
oh my gosh. Yes. Oh, I see her on check-ins. Her and Levita, I think that's her name. And I was like, oh wow. Yeah, those women are huge. And Gina took over me for 3 points. So 3 points. Like I said, it was very I was very excited just to be, with those ladies on stage. And I feel like I was just looking at them like, oh wow, the shoulders, oh those, you know, the back, everything, the conditioning. I'm just like I was so in love. I was like, oh wow, you know, um, as a competitor, you actually see, um, those qualifications, and you feel like someday it may happen, it may not, but that's something that pushes you to get better, right? To
Mhm.
I mean, I was in shock. I was like, just looking at those ladies. But yeah, it was super fun. Like I said, it's a lot to learn, a lot of progress that I have to do, especially like I said, like we mentioned at the beginning, sometimes genetics doesn't mean you think it does not play a role, but it does. It does. I'm very petite. I've been always very petite. So for me to be on this class has been a huge challenge. And it's been like I said, it's been a lot of work. I have changed so much stuff and everything just to be where I'm at right now. And just knowing that I still have a long way to go to be where the judges want me to be. So yeah, but genetics plays a big role on this. We like it or not, yes, they do. And I'm not that, like I said, especially I feel like as Hispanics we are more we not have the best genetics.
Well,
Some probably
well,
they do,
what you,
but nah. I'm not that one. I'm not that one.
well, like I say, well, with your culture, it's kind of a mixed culture. You have Native American line. You also there's some European, and also there's a little bit of African. It's like when you take genetics is a factor that really is one thing about when you're the bodybuilder. But I see some ladies who also hard work is important. If you
Oh
can
yeah.
take go to the gym, work hard, get your shape in, you can sometimes you can beat who put in hard work can beat someone with natural talent. We have here, we have your comments here. We're going to shout out here. This is from man Davis. He says, I like your hair color, looking fabulous, Maria. All righty, thank you,
Thank you.
Davis. Yeah, I tell you, they like these. Also, this is for man Lawrence Perkins. Says, keep up the great work and take your time at the time as well. And also he says, I'm part Native American myself. Yeah, so and you made your pro debut in 2022, right?
I did, yes.
And what was the
2022.
first show?
That was on Linda Murray on Georgia.
Well, I'm gonna tell you some news. I was there when you made your debut.
You were there.
Yes, I was there. That was my first bodybuilding show. I never
Oh,
been to one.
wow.
I mean, like, you see, I've been a fan of bodybuilding for a long time, but I mostly was working. I couldn't always go and travel here and there like that, and then I decided, was it a few years ago? This is like I was taking care of my mom for a good while, and when she passed, I said, well, I want to do something. So I said, you know what? Let me go. Let me go check out. This because I live in North Carolina, and Georgia's
Okay.
not too. It's a good way to North Carolina, but it's a little closer than maybe going to Florida or any place else. So Savannah's a little closer. So I got a train. I got a ticket. Got a train. Went to the show, and it was great to be there. I mean, I met so many ladies. I met some ladies I interviewed, like Sheena Oleg. I interviewed her. Don Salee, I met her. Another lady who I don't mention her name on my channel. I met her, and I met people like Alita Popa, and I met
Alina Popa was
uh,
there, yes.
yes, I met Annie Vicchio because Annie, she runs Muscle Angels, and I met her. I've been a fan of hers a long time. She had a if you ever saw Annie back in the day, her physique was just amazing. I mean,
Oh, Winds
she's
of Strain was there that
yeah, the
day.
Winning Spirit there. Yeah, also the man who saved bodybuilding was there. And excuse me, Marie, I gotta say this before I do this. Yo, Jake, yo, Jake, yo, Jake. I want that money. I want that gun. Mr. Jake Wood was there, and to see it was just for me. Just being there was just a great opportunity. I mean, and seeing I met some bodybuilders since I've been doing this content, but then being at a show actually was it that before that I met Rashana Boswell. She was
Mhm.
down here in North Carolina. She was doing a training seminar. She was doing a posing seminar, and me and Rashana did an interview before, and it was great to meet her. And it's just really get to know you, ladies. Doing this process is just I'm just become a fan. Here we got some people coming in here. We just picked up a gentleman here. This is my man. I got to pick up his name, Maria. This is my man, Balls Deep. He says, "Good afternoon, gorgeous."
Oh, thank you.
yeah,
Hello.
he says. Also, he says to me, he says, "George, what up and salute? Thank you, Balls Deep." As he says, Chicago in here. Yeah, he's from Chi-Town. Also, he says this. Appreciate the man. Says, um, smash that like button. Thank you, Balls Deep. Also, he says, this he says, peace and blessings, beautiful. And
Thank you.
this is his favorite. And this is one he says, um, you know, Schmo gang. So, and also he says, he says to you, he says, and this is when he said, wait a minute, it's coming up. It takes a while. My computer needs it. I need to get a new computer next month. He says, she's sexy and swole as AF. So thank you, Balls Deep. I
Oh,
think he appreciates that.
thank you.
So
Appreciate
yeah,
it.
yeah. So yeah, because I went to Savannah and that was my first time going to the show, and you know what, it was a great experience. It was fun for me. I mean, just being there and seeing people like that was a year that Isabel Terrell competed. When she took a step back, and see her, and I remember one part I was outside and I was waiting for my Uber, and I actually saw Ashley Hadley with her husband walking past. I should have said something, but I didn't want to bother her. I know she was just it's like right
Yeah,
after the prejudging.
yeah. So that was my first um, um, show as a professional, and like I said, it was something new. I like I said, I, I was learning what a pro um, was supposed to. How to. I didn't know what to expect. It was my first show, so um, like I said, it was a good experience. Unfortunately, that day, I don't know, something happens between 2 days before my flight. Um, my body was, it was going perfectly. And the last 2 days before I fly, I was just start getting like holy water, water, water. So when I arrived to Savannah, I was like, oh, I don't know what's going on. So I contacted my coach, and he said, well, you need to find a sauna and just go and, do what you have to do and this and that. And next morning I woke up even worse. I don't know exactly what happened, but yeah, that was my first show. But I mean, the experience was that show was beautiful. It was everything perfect and time. Everything. It's just I don't know what happened. I mean, I'm trying to still find the right coach, or uh, something that actually, or somebody that really knows how my body works. You know, I mean, I know from my experience, like when something is not going quite.
Hello, hello. Oh, we just lost the folks. Might be technical difficulties. We'll wait to see if she comes back on. Uh, you know, hello, Maria. Let me check something. I mean, I'm gonna put y'all time out for a second while I put into the other guy. Maybe it's me. Wait. Hello, hello, hello. I thought she came back. Wait a minute. Yeah, we have a little technical difficulty, folks. So we'll give a few minutes and let her come back. You know, we got her comment. There she is. All right.
Ah,
Yeah,
oh, I don't know what happened. I was like, hello. I'm sorry.
it, it's just one of the things that happens with technology. It can
Difficulty.
be, yeah. But
Yes, now
as
okay. We're back.
you were saying you were not very well. You were
No,
sick. You know, it was
I don't
what
know. Like
did
that
you go to a
wasn't. That
doctor
wasn't.
or something?
I know. I don't know. That wasn't Savannah. My first pro show. Know what happened? I don't know what happened. It was just my body. I was just holding a lot of water, like way, way too much, where I can even see my face was swelling. Exactly, not sure what happened. Last year in Chicago, Tampa, and Pittsburgh, everything was perfect, fine. I didn't have no issues or anything. I still my condition was at, that was on Pittsburgh. Um, they said my condition just need to get better. But Chicago and Tampa I was pretty good. I was pretty good. I didn't have no issues at all. Condition wise, it was where I'm supposed to. So it's just I don't know. Sometimes I guess depends on the coach. Um I have a different coach last year, and I have a different coach for New York this year, and for the rest of the year, I don't know. Um, am I have a different coach.
So who's your coach now? Who are you working with now?
um, right now, Andrew.
Andrew Andrew Vu.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the same guy who's Ashley's coach, Jessica Reyes Padilla, Evie
Yes,
Rainey,
yes.
also Teresa Vasic. This guy is wow. He's getting
I'm
up
telling you.
there.
I'm telling you.
I
I've been 1 week since I started my plan, and that changes are like this. I
yeah,
look
he's
better
getting
now than the competition day, and
yeah,
I'm and I'm still.
and now he's getting most. I think he was mostly working with physique and some figure girls, but now he's getting to bodybuilders, and and he's get he will be wrong for he's like the level like someone like Shelby Starnes or Nasir
Yes,
or
yes,
those guys are really getting popular with the women because one thing this people understand women and men are different.
yes,
Even though we're the same race, we're both humans, but this is how I say it like that. you can say genders, but I say species. But our species are
Yeah.
different. What men can do is something different from men. Women like this are supposed to be soft and feminine. Men who our purpose in life is to build, battle, and die. That's it. We can gain muscle. I used to play football when I was younger, and I used to work out. I was pretty strong, and then I got a real life and got a job, and I started working out. And I've talked to some ladies who have getting cookie cutter plans. It's the same plan that might get to a man, but it doesn't work for a woman. You have to figure out women's biologies are different. And what works for a man doesn't work for a woman.
Exactly.
Like, yeah, you have to sit down and say, what, you have to understand, also, y'all, like one thing, women, y'all still menstruate. We don't menstruate. We have natural testosterone. You women don't.
Yes.
And, you have to sit down and put down a plan for what you want to do and how you want to go. Right here, we got here coming from man Tony97. He says, Tony says, what's your favorite pose? So, do you have a favorite pose, or what's your least favorite pose? Which pose that you like? Which one you like the most? Which one you don't like?
But the most of what I like is the double back bicep. That's my favorite pose. The one I dislike is I want to say, well, I mean, I like all of them, but the ones that I struggle the most probably is the absent type. That's one of
Abs thigh,
my,
yeah.
yes, that's one of my, my favorite ones. Or not that one that favorites me more, but it's a work in process.
Yeah, because I think with abs thigh, you have to really breathe. You have to concentrate. You got to, if you don't have abs like Ashley
I know,
or
right?
Asha, those ladies, Asha. I remember I was interviewing one lady who knows Asha, killer abs. Just
Yes,
killer. You know,
yes.
but I think front double is very popular because you get that pose, and the guys who smells like, whoa, you decided we put it's the big biceps and the shoulders and everything is popping. So,
Yes.
folks, what we're gonna do is we're gonna jump into Maria's social media for a little bit. She's gonna jump on her IG. We're gonna check her out. If you want to follow her, her social media links are in the description of this live stream. You can check her out. You can support her. But guys, and I say this because Maria, I don't say this because I gotta say this just to let these guys know out there, guys. No D pics, no mapilla, no pina, no pina, none. Don't send that. Stop it. She's a pretty lady, but don't come on, guys. Have some respect for her. You could jump in here IG for a little
Thank you.
bit. You're welcome. And here I seen this is the for when you were in the hospital a while back,
Yeah.
and I posted on my social media. Tell us what was going on with you. What happened?
Um. So I have a what is it called? Um. I ate. Well, this is what happens. Um. I ate some chicken. I don't know what was that makes my stomach very sick. So it comes an infection. So I get actually I was training that day and I start feeling sick and I was like, that's not normal. Something is not right. So I come back home and I start feeling like a stomach pain. I went to teach my class and like on the middle of my class, I told my students, I said, I had to go home. I had to go home. So I come back home and I was in pain and I was throwing up and I like something is not right. So my son was here the day and he was, Mom, are you okay? I was like, no, I'm not okay. So he ended up calling 911 and so they rushed me to the hospital and they had me there for almost 4 days. And it was just an infection, like a bacteria. Uh, but I could not eat nothing or drink anything for almost 3 days. So that really pushed me back to because I was 4 weeks out at that time. So that really pushed me back a little. But yeah, it was very, very bad and very painful. Very painful. Never have something like that in my life.
Sound like you might have some. If you ate chicken, sound like you might have salmonella poisoning. It
Yeah,
sounds
I
like.
think yeah, it could be something on the chicken. I don't know. But it was a bacteria. That's what the doctors said. They did a lot of studies and everything. Um, everything that they could have done in the hospital, and that was the outcome. It was a bacteria.
Mhm.
Yeah, it
Well, we'll
was
go
very
through you
bad.
some. Yeah, go to some of your links here, your reels. You know, you have a nice back. You know, and a nice backside too. No offense. You
Thank
know,
you.
and yeah, you do a lot of modeling here. And, this is right here. You know, you do a little dance. I mean,
Yes,
yeah,
I do my TikToks.
you got a little dance. Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
there is bodybuilders. All we do is work out, train, and sleep. So we don't have a time to go out and fun. So I want to say, well, TikTok come just so handy.
yeah. I know a lot of ladies who do TikTok. And you have some, pictures here, some modeling pictures here. I mean, this little suit. Wow. I
Yes.
mean, yeah. I mean, wow. I mean,
And that's so.
behave.
Yeah, that way you can see bodybuilders. We are very feminine.
Yeah, you are, because people you don't realize that yeah, you are still a woman. You still
Yes.
you like to dress up. Here it is with the glasses. You got your makeup on.
Got my
Right
Gucci
here.
on.
Yeah, you wear you got we wear these clothes. We work out. Then you boom. You like to look nice and presentable. That's the thing about you. You're still a
That
woman.
was just yeah, that was just right after like a couple days after the hospital. So I
Yeah.
feel like
And here,
I
this is
lost
from
probably like
Tampa.
10 pounds.
Yes, that's right here from Tampa. And you were competing both
Yes.
in open and also masters.
Yes.
And
Yes. That was very
I
hard.
think yeah, yeah. I mean, Tampa is probably one of the top shows.
Yeah.
The show is run by Tim Gardner. Tim Gardner's the only few promoters that still have women's bodybuilding at his shows. I mean, he did it. He had Puerto
He
Rico
does
Pro,
a
but that's
really
gone. hmm Yeah,
yeah,
Tampa and Chicago.
yeah, team does a very good job on his shows. Very everything is really nice. I mean, I can't I can't wait to go again.
Yeah, here she is. Here's some pictures from when you were Chicago at New York.
New York.
And you look pretty good. It's just like your condition was a bit off, and
Yeah.
once you work on your conditioning, it'll be better.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's what we're working on now, just to get a better conditioning for the next, and just like I said, it's a process of um, um working. I had to work extra hard, and I don't have a problem with that.
yeah.
It's just time.
Yeah. Here's a video. This is your routine from the New York Pro.
That's part of my routine. That was
Yeah,
part of my routine.
yeah. And like you're at this stage, like that's a show that's run by Beth Francis' husband, Steve Weinberger. Beth Francis is the woman that changed women's bodybuilding back in the early days when it first started. And did you get a chance to meet Bev or her husband Steve?
I actually have the pleasure to meet Steve. I took a picture with him. I was like, he was just next to me in when I was in line to go. I was going to look for where the place for the check-ins was gonna be, and I met him in the uh, when I was on my way. So we took a picture. Very nice person. Very nice person. Um, and I met him, different people. But yeah, it was on my bucket list to meet him someday. I mean, I didn't make it to his gym, but probably next year.
Yeah,
I will
so
take some more
like I
time.
said, yeah, they have a nice family gym. It's very well known, and because Bev, she's there, and she's been all over the world. She's an amazing woman. I know a lady who I recently interviewed met Bev in Australia because that's where she's originally from. So
Mhm.
you were talking about that, your son. How old is your son, and what's his name?
My son, well, I have two. I have a daughter and I have a son. They're
Oh,
both already older. My daughter, she's 21. My son, he's 19. So they're my babies still, but yeah, they're older, so I don't have to worry about. I mean, I still have to worry about it because that's more work. But I mean, now I can focus more on myself and all the things that I wanted to do on this sport. But yeah,
well, the thing is,
they're
no,
very supportive.
no matter no matter how much is it's being a son, no matter how much grow we go, as a mother, you are first loves. And I
Yes.
know my mother, she was sick for a long time, and I used to sit with her when we went to the hospital. I took care of her, and I know he had to be the man in the house because you needed him, and and also I know one thing is. you ever like ever his friends come home and say, Hello, Miss Vega, how you doing?" Say, "Yo, dude, your mom is pumped." I say, "Hey, that's me madre. That's me madre." You like, yo,
Yes.
I mean,
Yes, it happens most of the time. He's like, do, because you know how they, these teenagers
dude,
do. You mom, I don't want to see you mom get upset. And he's like, oh, my mom is the sweetest person. You don't know. You don't know. They think I'm gonna be like, wow, But yeah, he's like, so he, whatever, when he works, when the place that he works, he's like, Mom, I show you the picture to my coworkers, and they say, "Oh, is that your mom?" Yes. Oh, I should be, be afraid that, don't make her upset. And he's like, "No, my mom is the sweetest person. You don't know her." I was like, "Hey, never know. Don't, don't do something. Don't do something."
you gotta be careful. He might say this wrong. Say, "That's your mom. Can I take that picture?" Hey, your boss, I'm going to the bathroom. I'll be right back. No, yes, like I said, that is that. I think people, especially ever since doing this stuff, I'm a fan of Women of Muscle. I've been a fan for a long time,
Thank
and
you.
it's just doing interviews and talking with you ladies, and just it's amazing. Like um, the lady who I've become who's from Mexico herself, Gabby Vega.
Oh,
if you know her, she's in
yes.
California. We interviewed a while back. She competed at the Triple O Dynasty, and she's also a mother like yourself. She has a daughter, and there's a lot of it's a growing like when Bobby started, there, for especially for the women, there wasn't that many women who have families and children. You know, it's mostly people. This is how to say it's mostly a sport of men and masculinity, but
Yes.
women get into it now because they want to be part of it and they enjoy um the sport, how they grow and develop, and how they really can advance. Here we got here from a man, Tony. He says, um, "Congrats on the amazing size of your quads and the definition of your back. Do you want to grow abs too?" So, you still, like I say, you still have to work on that because, like I said, that's one of the process. So,
Yes.
what's your day like when you train? What you start with? What were you working out today, or you had a rest day?
I do have no, I do have a rest. I mean, I train 6 days a week. That's how it's, that's how my program is running now. I train 6 days a day, 6 days a week, and I take one day off just to get, to rest and recover, because our trainings are very, like, I don't share that much on my training on my Instagram, just like a little clips, because honestly, when you train with that intensity, you do not I don't have a time to record. And sometimes my son, he trains with me, or he goes with me, but he likes to do his training, so sometimes he take a video, a picture of me. But yeah, it's um, we train really hard. We train really hard, and it takes a long more time to recover. So, yeah, I took one day off, totally just for recovery and get back
Mm-hmm.
another week to go um, to the same,
That's
same
that's
training.
that's that's the important part about because people don't say that rest recovery. That's important about being a bodybuilder. Going to get a massage,
Oh
going
yes,
getting your at least about 8 hours in. Because sometimes you usually most people are like you got to go to bed. I got to go. I'm going to bed at like 8 or 9 o'clock so I can get up and go to the gym. Because if you have a job, you want to be able to get the gym out of your way and then go to work. There's so much to this. People got to understand. Here we got a man who also he competes. Also, it's my man Big Duke, aka the fourth quarter. Big Duke coming through says, "Big George, salute, thank you, brother." Also, he says, peace to the chat. Thank you, Duke. Appreciate it, brother. Shout out to you. Also, this is from man Tony says this. He says, "You look very sexy in the red lingerie. Have you ever thought about doing a calendar? Would you ever think about doing something like that?"
I've been thinking about it. Actually, yeah, I have some feedback about, like, if I would like to do a calendar, and I'm like, okay, maybe something um that can be I'd be interested to do. But just like you said, sometimes time. it's you have to manage the time. Like on my case, I have 3 jobs, so I had to be very manageable with my time. Like that time, everything is just it has to be like an order, for me, so I can get everything done and I can actually rest and recover for next day. um but yeah, I would like to just time to find that time to put in that work, because like everything, if you have to do like a calendar, or you have to do pictures, it's time. You don't want to look like that you have a rough night. You want to look good, fresh, your physique, your everything. And so it just sometimes it's either I do this or I rest. Okay, so I rest. Because I mean, like you said, women's, especially like me. I'm talking about me. My case it is different. I'm not gonna say everybody, but all the women's. So in my case, I'm the only person who supports my house. So it is a little more difficult to find the time. And like I said, it's either one thing or the other. So everything has to be on time for me. Like it's like a list. Okay, at this time, and this time, this needs to be done. Otherwise, it's like off my boat, and I have to rearrange everything. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's like I said, it's just manage time. But I will
Yeah.
probably.
Yeah, because like my other guy says, sometimes he's a guy. He's more about chaos and anarchy. He doesn't have time. His time is just spending just making problems. He's a particular type of criminal. And before he leaves out, Monica, or Maria, he once says, "You are beautiful." I'm sorry, Maria. I can't help it. He pops in now. This is from a man, Big Duke. He gives some good advice. He said like this. He says, your body transform when you rest and recover. That is true. Thank you, Duke. Also,
Very
this is a comment from here. Uh, what's her favorite part to train? She mentioned that she likes to train her back and her shoulders. That's her favorite part.
shoulders. That's my favorite
Yeah,
part.
yeah.
My
Also,
second
this is
part, biceps. I want more
yeah,
bigger biceps than this one.
yeah. You want that big pump. Also, this is
Yeah.
from a man. Tony says. Habla español, señorita.
Sí,
Thank you.
muy bien.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And also, this is from Tony says, um, you know, do you have any sponsors? As you know, you have 3 jobs, but that means you don't have a lot of sponsorship, do you?
I don't. Yes, that's right. I
And
don't.
that's this
That's
is
the reason why um I had to have 2 jobs so I can support. Like I said, I can support my family and my sport. Yeah. Unfortunately,
because
it's not like everybody thinks. Like they think you are gonna be a IB pro. You're gonna be on board on this sport, and you're gonna be getting all the sponsors coming to you. No, that's not work that way. Especially like have a lot of like young guys and also girls, they come to me and they ask me, and I say no, you have to be stable financially so you can actually um, you know uh, do this either a full-time, part-time, whatever you want. But yes, I mean, unfortunately, it's not like the sponsors are gonna run over you because it's not. I mean, it's not happening like that.
yeah, I know. Like I said, sponsorship does help because you remember it wasn't that long ago. Wayne Swift had the ambassador program, and that's gone because Jake he's moving on to other things, and that helped a lot of competitors. And one thing is, I've said this quite often: some ladies in the sport, it's easy to sponsor divisions like bikini or wellness because they fit what the idea of what you want to see.
Yes,
It's a very more feminine kind of division compared to
yes.
bodybuilding, even physique. But I know what a lot of ladies do to make their money. And I know there's something you wouldn't do. They do the OnlyFans. They do some photo sessions that usually like Annie. She'll do like I often tell ladies who I follow say, we do a show and Annie with you there. Work with Annie. She knows understands being a bodybuilder. You got guys who I interviewed a while back. Sean Nelson. He does pretty good work. I interviewed
Mhm.
him a
Oh
while
yes,
back. Yeah.
I worked with him actually on Chicago. Yeah, he took some pictures.
Yeah, he's pretty good. He's pretty good dude. But like I said, a lot of some ladies do,
Yeah.
as I call them, excuse my language, madam. I call them the beat the meat websites. It's the way to make money
Yes.
because if bodybuilding was like like any real sport, where in which you
Yeah,
get paid.
and
It can help,
I
but
I think sometimes people misunderstand, the concept, or doing pictures, or doing, like different ways to earn money. It's because, like, if you see bodies like this, it's not something you can build in one day or two. It's showing more like a long journey, a lot of work, like I said, a lot of investment, and it's more like an art. No, just like, I'm just gonna post this picture, halfway naked or whatever. I mean, I don't see it like that. I see more like it's an art, and that you guys know how much it costs and how much we have to invest. I think it's just a little something that we can actually, get back to continue investing in what we have passion for, in our physique, because there is always, like I said, there is always going to be improvements to make, which is either um, get a different coach. When you get a different coach, it's a different protocol. Supplements, and supplements are very expensive. Even as a woman, I don't use that much, but still, food is different, especially if you are in off season. Let's talk about how much money you're gonna spend every week. Like eating 3,000, 4,000 calories a day. I mean, that's expensive. So and then let's mention the clothes. The clothes I'm using right now, I'm not gonna be able to use it in a couple months, right? So we have to renew our closet, or at least part of it. So it's a lot of things, that people sometimes don't see it, and then just like they probably just think, oh, this person just wants to make money the easy way. No, it's just because I mean, we had to make extra money somehow to, like I said, to support our the sport that we are in, right? And like I said, well, I'm grateful that I have a full time job, and I can be able to do part time job working in something that I like to do too, which is training, or I'm a fitness instructor, so I do teach classes on top of my other job. So it is like I said, it is a lot of bodybuilding. It's a lot of things that we have to do. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of investment, and it's a lot of time. So, but yeah,
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, because there's a lot of work to it. Like I said, the money you got to put into it. I mean, that money can go to buying yourself a new car, because your posing suit right there alone, that's your rent, your mortgage, your car
yes,
note. I mean,
you know,
that's
now that you mentioned that, there was a little story back in when I went to compete to that was on Palm Spring for Feringo show. I mean, I don't know if he still have those, but that was on 2023, I believe. No, 20. Man, I can't even remember. 20 something. Oh, 19, 20. I can't remember what year it was, but it was Feringo show. That was on LA, so I rather drive, since I'm about 8 hours away from LA. So I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna drive. But at that time, my situation was tough. I was like, okay, so I was paying my car, my mortgage, my kids. So I said, okay, that's fine. I'm just gonna skip my car payment, right? That's what could it happen? Nothing, right? It's only one payment. So I wake up the 2 days before the show that I was gonna travel to LA, and I get off my house, and I was like, "What is my car?" I was like, "What is my car?" So I ran into the house, and I told my kids, "Somebody stole my car!" And they go like, "Mom, what happened?" And so I called the police, and the police said, "Excuse me, miss, your car has been taken away because you didn't make your payment." I was
repossessed.
like,
I
"Oh my god!"
I I I
So I
I've
had to
known a
call
few
the
people.
bank, and it was a whole story. Anyways, I make it to the show. Yes, just know that I make it to the show. But like I said, I mean, sometimes things happens. It's not everything as it looks. And as a, like I said, it's part of the things that we had to go through. So we learn, and like I said, it was a very bad experience at that moment. But now, I mean, I look back and I'm like, seriously, Monica, you was what you was thinking. But yeah, it was bad. I was looking
Yeah,
for my car,
because
but yeah. So everything
yeah,
went
you
good.
got
I went back to the bank and I recovered my car and everything. But yeah, it was bad.
yeah, you gotta be careful. You can't. I'm like I. Here's the thing. I never ever got a car from a dealership. I got it privately owned. My cars, I paid cash because if something
Yes.
happens, I miss a payment. Hey, that's like
Yeah.
here's the thing I learned like this. That car doesn't
Exactly.
belong to you;
Right.
it belongs to the bank. You
Yeah. I was
know,
like,
they
one
they
payment
can
is
come
not
get it wherever
gonna.
they want to.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's one
yeah,
payment is not gonna hurt anything, right? Well, yes, it did.
yeah. It did. It
But
just
it was, yeah, learn.
look.
I mean, live and learn. So I learned my lesson. Now my car is paid off. So it was, yeah. Yeah, like I said. But what I'm going is, sometimes you do things that people doesn't know you go through that stuff to get to that point, or to reach uh the goal that you already set up. That the times are difficult, and we still we do what we can to um to get to our competitions, or the place that we want it to be. So yeah,
Yeah,
like,
I
yeah,
know. Right now,
it
my
was
car
tough.
is in the shop. Yeah, right now my
Oh,
car is is in the shop, and I'll probably check out it next week, see the guy get finished. If not, I'm just gonna I'm gonna be patient. You can't make nobody do what you want you to do. But like I said, where I live out here, we don't have like public transportation. Like
yes,
I do my laundry, I had to borrow my sister's truck, and then I did my little stuff and I needed to do, and my nephew asked me to go pick up his niece for him while I was out. And, my niece is my great niece actually. And it's a good thing to have family around that helps out. Here we got
yes.
here from a man, Balls Deep. He says, she gained a new fan. Oh wow, thank you, Balls
Oh,
Deep.
thank you.
Also, we got here from my man KL the Wanderer. He says, what's up? Hey, yeah, hey, yo, KL. He also does content on bodybuilding. And also he says this, he says, um, Maria Vega, you live in Miami, right? I hear a Cuban accent. No, she's in
No.
California and she's Mexican. So,
Yes.
I know. See, he's from New York. So they got Puerto Ricans and Dominicans. So
Oh,
this how I bring that. I'm gonna watch this comedian talk about this. You go to certain places. If you go to New York, if they saw you, you be Puerto Rican or Dominican. You go to Florida, Miami, you be Cuban. Now over in California Mexican. Here you're Mexican too, but most people say, hey, everybody, especially white people, they can't tell the difference between. They say,
yes.
yeah, say
No.
you're Mexican, aren't you? Saying,
Yes.
what's
Yes, I think that's very popular, because even I'm Hispanic, and I go to different places. Like as you say, when I travel, they always ask me like if I'm from Nicaragua or from where I'm. Like we think that we all come from the same. But yeah, so it happens.
yeah. I
It
know my
happens
man.
most of the time. Happens.
I know a gentleman who he did an interview with me a while back. He runs a magazine. I'm sorry, his name is um Glenn Young Senior, and he runs Amazon Fitness Magazine. That's him and Teresa and Vasic.
Oh,
That's your
see,
Yeah.
I've
He
seen
sponsors
that.
Teresa. He sponsors Teresa and Ashley.
Yeah, I
And
see those posts, and I think I messaged them. I think I mailed them once. Uh, yeah, I think I sent an email to them like a few months ago. Um, when I see the advertisement in the magazine, I was like, oh, okay, I'm just gonna send my email, but I haven't heard anything.
yeah, I
But
know
like
because
I said, I'm very persistent, so
he's
I will just
yeah,
continue.
yeah, because he's right here. He's right here in North Carolina. He's just an hour away from where I stay at. You know,
Oh,
and he sponsors Teresa. He sponsors Ashley. He sponsors Helen
I see
Trevino.
that.
Yeah, and and he, I'll send you his link if you want. You hook up with him, maybe do an interview because he did an interview yesterday with Cheryl Mears, and he did one with Ashley and Jessica, and I try to promote that because the fact is, if you go back in the day when I used to come up, the women was in the magazines quite a bit, but they're not in it much anymore, But he's trying to get the opportunity for y'all ladies to get back in the magazines, and I got a couple issues. I got this one issue that I love, and I always want to show it off because it's my favorite. It's this issue with Andrea.
Oh yes,
And I
yes.
always want to promote this because I'm a fan of
And
Andrea. I think she's a beautiful woman, great
I met
physique.
her on Chicago. I believe it was on Chicago or Tampa. I don't remember, but she's very
I
sweet.
think remember,
She's
remember she's a
very sweet.
Savannah. She was guest posing.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
very
Well,
sweet.
this is
That girl, and
yeah.
her vibe is
Well,
just
I know.
very
Yeah.
nice.
Well, I
Very
know,
nice
lady.
girl.
There's a lady. There's a lady who I'm confronting with. Her name is Eunice. She's of your breed. She's Mexicani, and she had her to autograph it for me.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
that's so sweet.
I need to frame it. I need to frame it. I need to frame it. I keep telling myself I need to frame it. I keep forgetting. But
Yes.
this is why I like talking to women like yourselves because you have a passion for this sport and you love to grow and evolve as an athlete. It's a lot to be a bodybuilder in this sport. Here we have a comment from my man, KL Wanderer says it's very not just Dominican and Puerto Rican, but thanks for explaining it to her. I just assume I hear Cubans with a similar accent. Yeah, that's true. And also he says he has asked he says how long has she been competing? Sorry, I came in late. Well, she competed at least about 9 years, as you said earlier.
Yes,
And
about
she
9 years
gathers,
competing.
yeah, 9 years. And yeah, it takes a lot of time. And also, this is from KL. He says this. Do you don't only just promote it? Yeah, you got to promote. It's really you ladies do need the like sponsorship does help because you got to think about it. When you go travel and do the shows, that's money out of your pocket. And
Oh
if you
yes.
have a sponsor that could, back you up, help you out, assist you with some things like posing suits. Like I know some ladies who work with posing suit companies and they get the suits done for free. Some ladies even I know I talked to one lady, she's gonna do a show and her sponsor is gonna send it to all the way to Toronto for the Toronto Pro. But here's the thing about Maria, you have these weird guys out there. You say, hey Maria, you're one fine looking Chiquita. Yeah, getting all our content over here. So if I do something for you, like, no, no, no. You guys like that, nah, nah. You want to say like this is how you want to approach someone like yourself, Senora Vega. If you are interested, we have a product we want you to represent, and you have a great physique, you have a great look, you're very feminine, and if you're interested in being a spokesperson for our product, we'll take care of whatever you need, like okay, your travel costs, you want to do a show, or also the days you might need as in your process, where like can help you. Sponsorship does help, but if as I know, bodybuilding, women's bodybuilding has taken a hit in the last
Hmm.
few years. Barely any
Yes.
shows like it used to be. Then, as you know, Arnold Schwarzenegger. I'm a big fan. I used to be a big fan of Arnold. Arnold, the Terminator. I used to watch movies like
Yes.
Conan and Predator. And he doesn't have physique, women's
He
bodybuilding,
doesn't
or
have
figure
women's
in his
bodybuilding.
shows.
Yes.
No, he has.
No.
Now he still has fitness, which is the
Yeah.
second oldest division in bodybuilding. But only thing left is the show is for women. It's like bikini and wellness.
Yes, I know. I've seen that this year. I was like, okay, and I remember last year too. They have some. There was some. I was at a disagreement between Sarah and she commented something on her page about that Arnold was not supporting women's physique division. And well, when it comes to women's bodybuilding, that's the reason why I have to travel to different states because in California we don't have any show. And I
No,
contact
excuse me,
actually,
I'll correct you on that. You do have a show in Anaheim.
I just seen that. I seen
Yeah,
that, but when I went to Maso, I can't remember what is the promoters. I went to look. It's not in the like the categories where you actually sign up. It's not showing. So I might have to contact the IBB Pro League, see what it's, if it is gonna be there or not. That's on September. That would be
Yeah.
nice for me because I live here in California, right?
Hmm.
But yeah, they haven't have it women's bodybuilding in California for the last years. So that's
10,
why
I
we
think
have
about 10 years or more. Because it
yeah.
used to, when bodybuilding was really strong, California was the mecca for bodybuilding. I
Yes,
mean,
for
there
men's.
was quite a few shows, but now it's kind of spread out. You have Texas, but they don't have no bodybuilding shows in Texas. You have Texas Pro that Cheryl's promoting. She's put up the money for the women's physique division. Miami, you have, the Tampa Bay Pro, you have
Yes,
Chicago, and also you have the Rising Phoenix, but that's invitational. I wish it was
yes,
more inclusive. But shout out to
yes.
Andrea, shout out to Whitney Jones and Sidney Gillen, and also Natalia Cuejo. They have the Triple O Dynasty. You think you might want to do that show next year
Next year,
for
next year.
competition?
Yes, that was on my bucket list for this year. But since, like I told you, I switched coaches, so my off season was a little different, and a little things. But that's for my bucket list for next year. I want to do the show. I want to do the show. I think it's amazing. I think it's amazing what
Yeah,
those
I
ladies
think
have.
it's
Yeah,
yeah, I think
and
it's a
I
great.
know
It's a great.
you have an interview with Gabby Vega, right? She was there. I remember. Um, on
Yeah, yeah.
the
Gabby
on
was
that.
there.
Yes,
Yeah, because
yes,
she placed second in the Open
yes.
and she won the Masters. And
Mm-hmm.
also they have the Masters is supposed to be coming back, the Masters Olympia. I don't know if they're going to be still having it in Romania. I think it should have it in the States because there's a lot more master competitors here
Yes,
than going all the way to Romania. I
I
mean,
think
you can put
they said about every 3 years, but I'm not
every
sure.
2 years.
They can change. That might can
Yeah,
change, but
yeah,
I believe it's every 3 years. That's
yeah,
what they said. But we'll
yeah,
see. You know,
yeah.
rules change every year, so hopefully that
Well,
would be
here we
that
go.
would be very nice.
We're coming from a man. Balls deep says, "When's your next competition?" Like you said, you're planning to do the show in Anaheim, the Grand Prix. So, are there any more shows you want to do before then, or you just feel like you want to sit and chill?
Uh Actually, yes. Um there is either Chicago or Tampa. We we still 50-50 which one, but yes. Yes, it'll be another show. Yeah. It's either, like I said, Chicago or Tampa, and um maybe Anaheim, but still we'll see. But yes, there is one more show coming up.
Yeah, because Anaheim right there, that's in your backyard. I
Yeah,
think I
pretty
talked
much.
to. Yeah, I know. I was talking with Gabby. I was when she was going to do the show in Vancouver. Because after she won, she was second to Teresa at the Triple O. And I was talking to
Hmm.
you want to do. She said problem was when they were visa and they couldn't get in there. I know I was talking to one lady who's also she's from Mexico, named Alicia Rowe. Rebecca Alicia Rowe. She's supposed to do also a show, but that's one thing. I remember last year there's so many competitors dropping out because of visa issues. They couldn't get into the country. It's tough, especially if you want to
Yes.
do the bigger shows. That's like here in the States, and this shows like Toronto and shows like the Van Island show, which is also closer to the west than Chicago and Tampa.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So yeah, that's what I would like to. It's another show. Maybe before I'm going on to my off season. I think it's gonna be a long off season this time. But I wanna do another show before I actually go full time to off season, which I'm
Yeah.
excited. I'm excited. I think so far I'm excited with what I see, and I think in the upcoming weeks it's gonna be more exciting.
Yeah, yeah. Like I say, it's about taking time. You don't like a lot of competitors. They don't want to put the work in. They want everything done quick, fast, in a hurry. And you have to take time. Like this, I say like this: it's not about trusting the process. It's also understanding the process. And when you
Yes.
understand the process, you can fully trust it. Because some people just want to say, "Okay, I shoot up this, I take this, boom, boom, boom." But if you're not willing to take the work in, work out every day, follow your diet, also being consistent. You just can't.
Yeah, exactly. And
You
also
can't
I
skip.
feel, as a personal opinion, I feel like you cannot be off a stage so long just because. I mean, you are a bodybuilder. You're gonna be a bodybuilder, for the rest of your life, um, because that's what is on you, right? But I feel like I mean, it's good to take time, but not too long from a stage. You wanna stay close because I feel like it's your house. You had to come in. You had to come in. That's what I feel, and that's why I've been competing, every year. But now I'm gonna take a little more time just to. All depends. I don't know. See how my body responds to the new protocol and the new program. If it, response where we're good, and I will probably just take my 5 6 months off and see how it feels. If I can put enough size, then I'll be competing next year. If not, then I'll probably wait a little longer. But I like to stay, on stage. I feel like it's part of me. Like I need that feeling at least once a year. it keeps me like it keeps me excited. What am I gonna bring this time? And like I said, New York was one of the greatest shows. It was a great experience for me, as it was my personal goal just to be there, because when I started I never thought I was gonna be stepping on that stage. And now it's more challenging because now I had to bring a better physique, for next year if I want to compete again in New York. So I know what to expect now, or what they expect from me. And like I said, now for my next upcoming show, I know I'm bringing something better. That's
Mhm.
definitely something
Yeah, like I
better.
say, if you believe in yourself, and like, I know Lollies all stay active. I know some ladies take the time off, especially when you like, some might get sick. You might want the time to rest and
Yeah,
recover. Sometimes some people take a year off. Like I know Chelsea Dion, who I follow. She's taking some time to rest because after her last couple of Olympic qualifications, she said she wants to take a step back and to grow. You know,
yeah,
I think Sheena Olick, she's coming back this year because she took some time off.
yeah,
It's good.
definitely.
It's
And
good to take just.
I think it's good, like you say, to take some time off. Yes, definitely, especially if your health. It is your health is always gonna be more important. Shows are gonna be every time, but your health is gonna be the most important part. And yes, I mean, when it comes to that, definitely you have to take the time that your body needs to recover, and yourself. Just mentally, physically, and financially too. But what I'm saying, it's like if you are okay, and and you can continue. Like for me, at least my goal is at least to do one show a year, just to keep myself, in touch and see what's going on and everything. But yeah, definitely, when there's a time, and if it that times, comes that I need to take some longer time off from the stage, I would definitely do it. I would definitely do it because, like I said, your health is always more important. And but like I said, it's like on my case, I feel like I'm already um uh not complete, but I feel like I'm more complete. Like I'm kind of stable. My kids, I already have my kids. Like everything in life, pretty much. So I feel like this is the only thing for me that keeps me going. Keeps me feeling myself. Like, okay, so now this is my goal. Okay, I reached this goal. Now I'm gonna go to this, and that's more personal. More personal than anything else. But yeah, definitely, if the time is needed, I would take it. Yeah,
Yeah, like I said, the sport's always going to be here. And you know what?
yeah,
It's a tough sport. Like the great one Koolman says, everybody wants to be a bodybuilder, but no one lifts the heavy ass weight. And you take the time to relax, to recover, to rest, enjoy
yes,
life, spend time with your kids, spend times, maybe find yourself a nice gentleman who might, want to spend some time with you. Because like I said, like my man said, like I said again, my partner says, you are beautiful, and there's things in life that sometimes would test us. Like, every so
yes,
often I say little things to some ladies I've become friendly with, and they appreciate that. Because sometimes, like, my favorite quotes is from Rocky Balboa, Rocky, the Rocky movies, where he says, like, it never matters how hard you can think you can hit, it's how hard you can take the hit and keep
and
moving
survive.
forward. because you know
Yes.
what, it's always going to be a test, especially being in a sport like bodybuilding. It's not as popular, not a lot of money. You know, you put in a lot of time, and, you know, and a lot of sacrifices. Sometimes you can't hang out with your friends, you can't go to the clubs, you can't go to the bar because you got to rest, you got to get ready, you got to train, you got to talk to
Yes.
your coach. You know, you got to do your posing. There's so much shit that's involved in it. And it's just not a, you know, bodybuilding people like it's just, oh, it's just a one person sport, but it takes a team because you have Andrews working with you, you have your, you know, other people that are working with you. You know, is a lot to that takes to
Yes.
become a bodybuilder. Here we got a
Yes.
comment from a man. This is my man Ball Deep says, "What do you want to accomplish in the female bodybuilding? What do you want out of this? Because I know you say this is really something that really helps you after your divorce. It really something that really kind of, you know, really keeps you going. You know, what more you
Well,
want out of the sport?"
um, so as an athlete, I will say put my name on the Olympia list, right? Just to qualify. That will be my biggest achievement as an athlete, right? As personal, I would say just um, I don't know, keep me at this sport. Like I said, a lot of IBB pros they just turn pro and they change. They they never compete again, or I don't know. Depends on everybody's situation. But for myself, it's to when I leave this world, leave my name and somebody can see as a motivation, or I mean, like motivate somebody that wants to you know do what I'm do, or be what I was when I was alive, right? You wanna leave a mark after you leave this life, and that's what my purpose is. Like somebody when I'm not here anymore, I hope it's a long time. I mean, somebody look up to you and say like, oh, I wanna be. If she can do, I can do it. Leave a little mark on that positive way. That would be my. That would be probably my biggest thing, or as an IBB pro,
Yeah.
as
Well, here I'm
personal,
gonna
and
say,
as an athlete, oh yeah,
yeah,
compete in
one
the Olympia
thing.
like everybody dream.
Yeah. One thing you mean, Marcus, you have two lovely children. And that's
Yes,
you have a footprint that's going to go on, you know, on years. You may be gone, but you and your kids be gone, but you still have that footprint, you and your ex-husband. And yeah, everybody wants to have a place in history. You know, like me doing this content, this is something because I don't have kids. You know, I don't have I have my brothers and sisters, I have family, but this is something I like doing. I'm leaving a mark out there. You know, people like yourself and the other ladies who I've interviewed and people I've talked to, I this gives me a purpose because the fact is when my mom passed, I was doing this already, but I wasn't doing interviews yet. I was just making
hmm
content on bodybuilding. And then when I just really has more time to do it, I said, you know what, this is something I want to do. Because if you look on social media, there's not a lot of people that talk about you on outside of unless you're the men division, and those guys that get a lot more mention because the fact is the bodybuilder division. Like you look at the
yeah,
Olympia, top 10 competitors still get some cash, top 5 for the other divisions don't.
yeah,
And the time you put into sport, the money you put into it, the investment you put into it, and you want to get rewarded. Everybody wants to be able to go to the Olympias. Um, they got rid of the point system, so you have to win a show to go to the Olympia. And the point system helped. I think this year was it when they I think one promoter just kicked out women's physique from his show because they only had like 5 competitors. And
yes,
then,
yes,
yeah, because Marika Jones, she won St. Louis Pro. Now, I interviewed Marika a while back, and this sport, if you could, like good example, like if everybody think about bodybuilding, the two people think about is Arnold Schwarzenegger and Lou Ferrigno. That's the Terminator and Incredible Hulk, and they
yes.
made a career out of it. Bodybuilding really got them into where they are now, successful men. Here we have a comment here from this is from a man, Curtis. Hey, Curtis says he wants his brother. He says, "I'm not going to lie to you, but you see, you are so sexy with your glasses on because it makes you look fierce. And I don't care if they said bad things about you, but you look gorgeous. I tell you,
Thank you.
there's a
Oh, I had to wear my
there's a
glasses. I can't
Yeah,
see
you need
without
regular.
them.
I'm getting a point now. I'm getting older. I need to start getting my eyes checked because I can see good from this, but little letters are getting a little harder for me. So and,
Yes.
Maria, there's an old smoke saying. We smoke say like, "When you ladies rock hard, we'll rock hard." That's it's just it's just we just are side like why do guys like here like guys like Balls Deeps, KL, Curtis, all these other guys, they are a fan of you ladies. They enjoy following you ladies on social media. Some guys like they often make comments like, "Well, she trying to be a man, yeah, yeah, yeah." It's those people who just never put in the time to work and understand what bodybuilding is about,
Yes.
and they just,
It's a lot of criticism, and like I said, I when I started it, it was probably the hardest. It was the hardest part. The especially like you say, coming from macho, they think different. They see like, oh, body's super hard and stuff like that. Um, yeah, I mean, we probably know the type of, woman for every man, but it's not like that. I'm gonna like someone. I mean, I had to like myself first, and that's enough for me. But yeah, I appreciate when men, they have um a good comment, and they support us, and they like how we look and everything. So I mean, I think it's good. But I take the bad ones too. It's fine.
yeah.
I'm over
Here you
that
got
stuff.
comment. Got comment from Man Balls. He says, "Is wing strength still happening?" Yeah, wing strength is now. It's
Yes.
more promoting stuff now. It's still around. It's just don't do the ambassador program anymore. They sponsor the Rising Phoenix is coming up. That's coming up in about a couple 2 3 months. Can't believe it's coming like another 2 3 months for that show starts.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's,
Uh,
yeah. It's, it's,
yeah,
it's pretty close. It's pretty
yeah.
close.
Suppose. So yeah. Here we got a comment from Balls. He likes to make a request. He says, he says, hopefully this sexy lady can give us a flex. Yeah, he balls deep, hey man, you can flex in your dreams, but but like I said, there's a lot of work to be in a bodybuilder, and
Yes.
I like this. If people out there who follow like people like you, maybe help assist you with sponsorship or something like that, those little things can help. I
Yes,
know,
it does. It does help
yeah,
a lot. Like I said, a lot of people doesn't know how much you one show can cost you, and how much you spend money, and this and the little things that you need, like your bikini, your jewelry, your tanning, your makeup, your everything. Like I said, everything helps, and yeah, that would be nice. That would be nice to get any sponsorship for from people who or business who like this sport, and also like that you motivate people. More people out there to get healthy, to go train, to take a better choices in life. Like when it comes to nutrition, or when they see what we eat every day, and they said you're not getting tired. I always told them, I eat because my body needs it, not because I want it. So I know how that my body needs. I need to feed my body this way to look this way. So and that's the main purpose. What my social media is, I always post my food and stuff like that. And I got questions. Are you eating the same? It's just the same. It's just a different day, but it's the same. And I'm not
yeah.
tired of it.
Well, after the New York Pro, what was that thing? Like food is both a weapon and a tool for a bodybuilder. But sometimes I know you have a favorite thing, Maria. What was that thing you got to, after that last show, after everything was done? What was the thing was calling your name? That thing that you wanted the most?
Pasta. I'm a pasta lover. I love carbs. I guess we
Yeah,
all do, right? But yeah,
yeah,
it is like a consistent thing. I mean, after my show, even if I go with my friends, um, is we find a place for pasta. It's like, okay, Monica, you're not done with your show. We need to find you a place to eat pasta. I'm like, okay, I'm done for it.
You're in Jersey. That's right there. You're in Jersey. That's like probably 20, 30, depending where you're at, 20, 30, 50 pasta places. You know, a lot
Oh
of
yes,
Italian cats. Yeah.
I did. Actually, it was really good. By the way, it was really good. Very good pasta. The sauce was very good.
See, there's a big difference between East Coast pasta to West Coast pasta. It's like, like I watched a thing. Was it was a movie called The Godfather, where how you cook the meat differently, separately. You cook you use fresh tomatoes and onions and all that stuff. It's just it's just so much to it. Here we got a comment from Man Balls Deep. He says this. He says, "I'll put a little something on her phone bill." Yeah, yeah. He's always saying that. I don't know if he ever will. Also, we have here, this is from a man, AVZ1. He says, wow. And also he says this, he says, and calm down, be deep. And he's talking about Tabal Deep. And he also, says, I like pasta too. That's from Davis Adams. So yeah, folks, we're not gonna hold her too longer. We do appreciate the time she's given us. I know it's probably about that time for you to eat again, because I know usually
Yes.
like it's like five. It's like she's on the West Coast, so that means she's like 3 hours behind me, and I already had my lunch, but it's about time for my supper for another hour or so. But
Yes. It's
I would
about
say
time.
this,
Get my
yeah,
food.
yeah, I still would say this: what bodybuilding would need is more, especially for your competitors, like things like benefits, like okay, if you do a show, they cover the cost. Like I think they do it with the Arnold and also do the Olympia, cover the cost of your traveling trip for the shows. Stuff like okay, sponsorships that can help out with your posing suits and stuff like that. Also, like benefits if you get hurt, like you get sick, I know you have to pay out of your pocket for your hospital bills. Insurance could help. I mean, because you don't have to like think about it. This is now another expense you have on you besides competing as a bodybuilder. I think IFBB should be because you are the talent. I know there's a lot of pros and like that, but they can set it up in a way which can help out. To because here's I say this: you're the reason why people come to the shows. No one comes to see the trainers, the coaches, the promoters, the judges. We come to see you, the competitors. And if anything, this is their investment. I know they got somebody like Andrea and Sarah and guys like Big Romney and the guy who just
Yeah.
won the New York Pro, Nick Walker. Those are the superstars. But it's competitors like you who have your as I say, you got your boots on the ground, 10 toes down, who keeps the sport going because you have a love for it and a passion for it. And I think there should be more help for you bodybuilders. I mean, bodybuilders are one of the few sports where you put in more money than you get out of it.
Yes, exactly. Well, like you said, big stars, they already have their, promoters, their sponsorships that they don't, they don't have to worry about. They don't have to wake up next day and say, "Oh shit, I had to make sure my mortgage is paid before I leave," right? And like us, we just, the the little pieces on the puzzle. Yeah, that would be great. I mean, on my, I would say at least as a professional, we have the honor that we don't have to pay for an open class, but we do have to pay for masters if we were gonna
Yeah,
compete.
no. Mhm.
I would say, maybe um, discounts on tanning, a little discount on makeup and hair. That would be very helpful. They give us a
Food,
special rate on the hotels, which that
food
helps a lot.
vouchers,
Yeah,
food vouchers. If you want to eat somewhere, they can. You don't have to pay out of your pocket. We can go like you can get a discount. If you're like, hey, I'm gonna go to Denny's. I get a coupons
yeah,
at Denny's. Something like that. Those little things help.
yeah,
And I think
they do help.
it's important. And also, like I know, I was talking with somebody who did a Vancouver Island show and said that the guy up there, they already had people there to help with the blood work, and had people like there was like a bunch of deaths a few years ago, and and at the shows, there's no kind of like okay, there's no doctors, emergency people there just in case something happens. Those things are essential because I've seen ladies I interviewed a lady who fainted at the Olympia a few
Yeah,
years ago. It's like, yeah,
yes.
I've
I
seen ladies,
fainted the first time. The
oh
first time I
yeah,
competed. I fainted that morning. I woke up and I was the first thing I think it was my kids. What am I doing? Yeah, things happens, and yeah, like you say, we sign up a waiver where they're not responsible for anything that can happen at the show. Yeah, you have to pay for your medical stuff and whatever if something happens. Yeah.
That's sad. That's sad. That's just I don't like I said. I
Like I
don't.
said,
If anything,
it's probably. Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
if anything, it should have like okay, if somebody, especially if you say because you remember as you said it like this, you're on your stage, you're halfway naked, you're under hot lights, dehydrated. I remember this one lady, she competed in Chicago a few years ago, Patty Hansen, and she
Hmm.
was on the stage. And if you ever saw that video of her, she's there just they brought water for her. Water. Where you need to take, hey, let's get this lady some saline, you get her some saline or something, get her on a gurney and make sure she's all right. That's what they should do. They should make sure your athletes are taken care of. You people sign a contract to come compete at your shows, but you don't have no incentive to make sure they're all right. To me, that's just not right.
Yeah, yeah, I agree with you. Like I said, we should be have some a little more of you know, um, at least some coverage or something, that help us. But I mean, I'm grateful that I have, insurance through my work, and I'm grateful for that. I'm blessed, but not everybody does. So some happens. I know at least I'm gonna have my insurance, but not everybody does. And when it comes to that point, yeah, it's very sad, very sad. But
Yeah, it
that's
is.
hopefully down the road things change, and you know things get better at that point, um, for
Yeah.
us as a competitors. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, like I said,
it's a lot.
it's gonna take some time, but it might get there. It's gonna take some time. You gotta take a lot of people that
Yeah.
are willing to make the sacrifices and understand that this is important. You like I said, y'all are the athletes we come to see. We don't come to see the Tim Gardens. We don't come to see Bob Ciccarello, or I'm calling Bobby Chick. We don't come to see the judges who's there. We come to see y'all. And I think if anything, they should be taking care of their athletes. Like just like in major sports like the NBA and the NFL and also most other major
Yes,
sports, they make sure athletes are taken care of. But like I said, it has to be everybody has to get
yeah,
together. We put in the
and
do something about it.
the public is really, and I think I have a great experience in New York. That a lot of the public that was on the show, they they come up to me and they say, "Oh, you look great. I like this. I can't believe it. Can I take a picture with you?" And they just take pictures. And we appreciate that, because that's like we put up a show for them. A beauty for the show. I mean, for the judges that they're gonna take the last word, but it is for the public, because they get excited to see, uh, muscular women, and I have a really good response on New York. A lot of people, yeah, it was very nice, very good comments.
Well, I'm glad you enjoy yourself in New York. And you say right now you're kind of like you say you're thinking about doing either Chicago or Tampa, but you're certainly going to do the show in Anaheim
Yes,
because that's a lot closer for you. But like I said, whenever you do it, I'll post it on my social media and let everybody know. Say, hey, Maria's coming to town. Check her out, support her. Be there here. Woo-hoo! Yeah, I mean, what you say? I like that red-headed chick right there. I mean, oh yeah, man, I want to holler at her. You
yes,
know,
definitely. I will share
yeah.
with you as soon as we decide which show is coming up. But I know for sure it's either Chicago or Tampa. That's
Mm.
either or the other, or maybe both. I don't
Yeah,
know.
both of them are Tim. And I say
Let's
both of them are
see.
Tim Garnett shows, and Tim he's one of the few promoters that still give opportunities for women's bodybuilding. Shout out to him.
Yes.
Follow him on social media, and and maybe like I said again, maybe next year we'll get some more shows because it was kind of hard this year. But shout out to Jake Wood for um, putting the show out in that's coming in Anaheim. I know a lot of ladies who live out west who say, "Oh, I'd love to do more shows closer to where I live at." And also,
Yeah,
Anita
that
Pope,
would
she
be
got a
that would
show.
be yeah, that would be
Yeah,
so helpful for me. So that can,
yeah.
and also it gives me more chance to my family to travel and see one of my shows, since my kids, they only attended to one, but the rest of my family, they haven't, because I'm, out of state. But that
Yeah.
would be
So
great.
yeah, and most of your family still in Mexico
No, my family is here in California.
or California.
Well, I
Okay.
do have a lot. I'm Mexican. I have a lot of family in Mexico.
Distant family. You got a lot of primos and primas out back there, and
Los primos de los
but
primos.
yeah, but most of your kids are here, and that's the big thing, and anything like that.
Yes.
So folks, if you want to follow, Maria, her social media stuff is in the description of this live. If you missed it, you can watch it again. If you're interested in supporting her, if you're someone who's maybe interested in sponsoring her, have a genuine, honest plan. Don't be that weird guy saying, I saw this hot redheaded Mexican chick. She got me kind of hot. No, 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 no. Have a plan that will help her. Maybe like I said, if you are someone who works who owns a suit company, posing suit company, hey, say, hey, come over here, we can get you a discount. I know some ladies they do like this, they rent suits or they get suits that used. If you're someone who does a meal prep, say, hey, we can, send you meals and we get you a good price on them.
That's
Those
that
little things help.
that would be grateful because man, cooking my food, working and training, and it is overwhelming. And honestly, in all my career, I never have any meal prep. I always prep on my food. Even if I travel, I had to prep on my food with days prior so I can frozen and bring it with me. Everything. It's a whole full time job.
If you like, one thing, hey, if you grocery store, you got a grocery store, she goes shopping. Hey, is that you Maria Vega, right? Oh, well, man, we're just gonna take a little price off of you, and we're gonna give you a little discount and help you
Yeah,
along
that'll
the
be
way. So,
nice. Discounts always come handy.
yeah,
Anything,
well,
like I said, anything always come handy. Thank you so
well,
much.
no, this is one of my favorite quotes. It's from my favorite movie, Batman Begins, when Jim Gordon says to Batman, says, "I had a chance to thank you," and he says, "You never have to," because, like I said, this gives me a purpose to have ladies like yourself. Because, like I said, I got two more interviews tomorrow. Had two yesterday. And I enjoy doing these interviews where I get to talk to you ladies and being a fan. And like I said, I am a muscle person. I think y'all ladies are beautiful. I respect what y'all do and the work y'all put in. I mean, this is why I do this because there's not a lot of people give y'all enough attention. They'll talk about you. Like I said, I have people say I would love to talk to people like Andrea Shaw. I'm a fan of hers. Maybe someday I might get to. Maybe I get to talk to Ashley or someone like Natalia Quayle. She's been on my live stream a couple of times. I would love to get the
Yeah,
opportunity to give y'all a voice that no one else is giving y'all, and especially yourself, who's just still, you've been a pro for a couple of years now, and you still find your niche and you find your way, and you're still out there, going here
yeah,
and competing these shows, and and just you're a mom. You get these two wonderful kids that stand by you, and you have your family. This is what people need to recognize that this is just more than just about getting big muscles and all
yeah,
this. It's a sport that you have to have a
exactly.
passion for.
You have to have passion for this sport. Otherwise, there is no purpose. There is no
Hmm.
purpose. You have to have the passion, the fire, the love that comes from inside your heart. Otherwise, it is not for me. It was, I don't see that purpose. You had to have a purpose for this sport. Really, really,
Hmm.
um, you know, love it, love. Like I said, I feel like I'm married with. Feel like I'm
This is
married.
your second husband. This is your second husband now.
Yes, pretty much.
But he's the one you like. So this is one you like. So we got time. Man, K. Ellie said you talk to a good amount of athletes. I've talked to a good bit, and my
Yes,
man
you do.
KL also does interviews also. So maybe hey KL, if you want to reach out, maybe get on your channel, and and also other people's like there's a guy his name is David Bryan. He does his Feel About It Informed. There's also Didi on the Spot. That's Ryan Johnson. There's also the Female Bodybuilder channel. There's
Mhm.
other people who are doing podcasts and other stuff that really
No, but
giving y'all women's attention.
we
Yeah,
appreciate
because
we appreciate that you help us to put ourselves out there, and like I said, sharing more about what bodybuilding is, not just not just for the looks, but what it really takes to be a bodybuilder, and your time, and on top of that, you're fun. You make me laugh. Yeah, I
That's
think
what this is
that
why I do my interviews. I want my interviews to be both informative and also fun. Because you know what? Sometimes people say there's asking questions, and and you want to have a good you want this to be like a good conversation, like you're talking with a good friend, and go back and
yes,
forth and back and forth. That's what you want. That's how
yes.
I like to do it. Mine. I don't have like a set of scripts or written down anything. I have some stuff I keep in my head because hey, I'm pretty good at it. I've been doing this for a
I
while.
remember.
I was kind of rocky at first, but now I'm finding my niche. Here,
That's
my man,
we can feel the
yeah,
vibe. We can feel the vibe, and it's
yeah.
good. It's good.
Yeah, this is what man K says. If she's open for it, yeah, just all you got to do is KL like this. If you watch the live stream, her links are in the description. Her IG, her Facebook. If you want to follow her on those, and you want to reach out, if you have a opportunity, let her know. And she's interested in it. That's good. I know sometimes I reach out. Some people say, "Nah, I want to talk." Yeah, 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 yeah. But yeah, think about it. People might want to know something about you, and you can't be too like I know sometimes some people be worried about I might be someone might talk bad about me like that, but this thing is you have to be open to let people know who you are. You're in a sport where which it's not maybe if there's more opportunities for you like in other sport like the major league sports, but you have to make those opportunities in bodybuilding because they're not going to come to you. You have to make them.
Yeah, exactly. That's true. That's
Yeah,
true.
yeah, yeah.
You're right to the point.
Yeah. So we'll let you go. You have anybody you want to say a shout out to, or a hello, or thank you to while we're here? You have anybody you want to shout out to, like say hello or thank you? Can you
I'm
hear me?
sorry, I missed that, George.
You have anybody you want to say hello or thank you to while you're here?
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I was like, oh, what's going on? Well, no. Well, thank you for you having me on your show, and for all the gentlemen and whoever was out there watching us and commenting, asking questions. I appreciate it. I really appreciate that you guys want to know more about me. Like I said, I'm really open. I'm very just a regular person doing something that she loves. But yeah, so thank you, George. Thank you so much for having me here. The shout out goes out to you, and not just for having me here, but for having all the athletes and putting us out there. I really appreciate it with all my heart. God bless you for that. And we continue, we continue on this. And thank you, everyone who was part of this live. Jacqueline, thank you. Gracias. Gracias en español. um, yeah, but thank you for all the. I have a friend actually. I have a few friends that I'm gonna give a shout out. She was with
Great.
me at the. They were with me at New York. Yanti, Charles, and especially my kids. Uh, that all they support me 120%. I love you. And to my other friends, Susan. I want to say hi. I think she missed that live, but she will watch it later. She sent me the, hey, have a good fun, got fun, She always supporting me too. So, and my family, my sisters, my mom, here, they are the biggest supporters. That's my biggest support here in California and my life in general. I appreciate them all. My friends, my students. Oh, I have a big list.
Well,
But
like I
thank you,
said,
George. Thank you to you. I
where
appreciate it.
like I said again, you don't have to, but I would say Donata and and Kuba, and I say to your mother, to your mom today, say thank you to her too for raising a wonderful young woman, and and also your kids. It's good to support your mother because you know what, we only have one mother. Wives, husbands,
Yes.
girlfriends, sisters, like those people come and go, but when we lose your mom or your dad or those people you can never replace that are really connected to you.
Yeah, that is.
Here we have, yeah, we have a few comments here before we head out. We have a man Rolando G. He's from the West Coast, says, I like female bodybuilders too late to the party, but we don't need to obsess. Hola, Maria Vega.
Hola.
Also, he says this. He says, uh, uh, sec- Rondo, I have to read these, and I don't read that well. But beautiful, you are the best. Yeah, he has to realize something. I have to read these, Rolando, and I don't
That's
speak
Spanish.
Spanish that well. Mucho
That
poquito, mucho
is a
mucho
challenge.
poquito.
That is a challenge
Mm,
for you now, George. Next time we're
yeah,
gonna speak in Spanish.
yeah,
We're gonna have a live on español.
you know what? If I can get, I know a couple ladies who are pretty good. If I can get you like Gabby, and also there's a lady who I'm good friend with, Alicia Flerio. She's from Argentina. Maybe we can do like have a little Spanish live thing like
That'll be
that. I mean,
fun.
yeah,
Actually,
be
I competed with Gabi last year. We both
yeah,
was
because I think you're
from
both in Tampa.
Tampa. Yeah,
Yeah,
Tampa.
Tampa.
Oh, she's very sweet. Yeah,
Yeah,
Gabi.
she's very
Yeah.
sweet now.
Yes, yes. That will
Well,
be
this one
fun.
man, yeah, this one man
That will
Kale
be
says ciao Bella. So we like anyway, Senora, we appreciate you for your time. We wish you the best of luck in your
Thank
shows.
you.
I want to shout out the people that was here. My man Davis Adams, KL the Wanderer, Rolando G, Balls Deep, also Jacqueline Trevio, Hola Espanol, Madre, Tony 97, all who was here supporting this live, commenting. If you like I said again, if you want to follow Maria, her social media stuff is in the description of the live. Even after if you missed it, you can watch it again because it'll pop up later when I'm done. If you want to support these ladies in the sport of bodybuilding, reach out with genuine interest. But I keep telling you folks this. I know you guys do it because you're sick freaks out there. No D pics. No pena. None. Zero.
No, no.
Stop it. Nada. Yeah, Stanza. Yeah.
Thank you, George. And make sure, share with your friends. Subscribe to his channel so that way you don't miss any of the interviews. Not just with me, but with all the athletes that he interviewed. Everybody has a different story to tell, and everybody, went to different stuff, and you can learn from each of one of us. So make sure you subscribe, share with your friends, so we can grow as a family, right?
Yeah.
Thank you,
Gracias,
George.
senora. Gracias. Yeah. So anyway, folks, I hope you enjoyed. This is Thursday. It's Thursday. It's Friday Eve. So and weekend's coming up. We're not going to have no shows till
It's
I think we
Thursday,
have.
and it's a leg
I
day for
think
me, and I don't like leg day.
no one likes leg day. It's like no. But man, I do appreciate you. Thank you. Wish you best of
Thank
luck.
you.
Yeah, and can't wait to see you compete whichever show. Just let me know when I announce it on my social media,
Oh, you were
and
the first
wish you
one
the.
to know.
All right, thank you. I appreciate that. Anyway, folks, I thank y'all for coming through. Support and follow, Maria Monica Vega on this platform. Also, follow me. Also, subscribe and follow us. Support the women in bodybuilding. Support these ladies who take the time and passion for the sport. But as I said again, don't be that weird guy. Anyway, this is man always George Page, aka the Emperor of Female Body Talk. Don't like, subscribe. I am out. Go even. Good morning and good night. She gave you a flex, guys, so you better be happy with that little flex. There you go. There you go. You smiles. You're happy now.
Bye,
So yeah.
bye,
Bye.
George. Thank you. Bye
You're
bye.
welcome.